In this journey, I want you to imagine a version of reality where our thoughts, emotions, and frequencies are more than just fleeting experiences. They're the tools that shape and shift our existence. The fifth dimension operates beyond our typical perceptions of time and space. It's where creation is instant, where manifestation doesn't rely on the effort of waiting, hoping, or struggling, but instead flows seamlessly as we align with our true essence.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
First, we need to understand the law of frequency alignment in the fifth dimension. Here, manifestation happens not because we reach out and pull things toward us, but because we become vibrational matches for what we wish to experience. Imagine a radio dial to hear the music you desire. You turn the knob to the station that plays it. Similarly, in the fifth dimension, we don't chase after our desires. We shift our frequency until it resonates with that desire's energy. This is crucial because, in this dimension, everything already exists. Every possible outcome is here: abundant health, joy, love, purpose, all waiting at different frequencies. You don't have to find them, you only have to tune yourself to them. Ask yourself, if you could tune into the frequency of absolute freedom, how would you act? How would you think? In the fifth dimension, your belief in this alignment becomes your experience. We're not just passive observers here, we are creators and choosers. And this brings us to the law of consciousness expansion. In the third dimension, we often limit ourselves to specific ways we think things should happen, thereby narrowing what's possible. But in the fifth dimension, creation is only limited by our own awareness. As we expand our consciousness, new possibilities emerge, ways of being that we may never have considered before. One essential practice for navigating the fifth dimension is to act as an observer of your own experience. The observer sees without judgment, without emotional attachment, and this perspective is liberating. If we encounter fear or doubt, it's easy to fall into the mindset of why is this happening to me? But in the role of the observer, you can watch the feeling arise without becoming it. You understand it as a passing cloud in the sky of your consciousness. Another law guiding the fifth dimension is the principle of non-attachment. Think about all the times you've wanted something so deeply that you ended up pushing it further away, clinging to it with such intensity that it felt like a struggle. In the fifth dimension, to manifest what we desire, we must release our hold on it. Non-attachment doesn't mean indifference, it means holding space for possibilities without demanding that one specific path be the only way. You send out your intent, your vision, and then step back, letting the universe harmonize and return the experience in its own way. So let's reflect on this. How would you live if you truly let go of needing specific outcomes? If you trusted that every experience that arises is part of your growth and alignment? This isn't easy, but each time you practice it, your capacity to navigate the fifth dimension grows stronger. Are you ready to dive deeper? Because in the next part, we'll explore the profound concept of timeline selection and parallel realities. Here's where things get even more powerful. Imagine that every decision you make, every thought you think, places you on a specific timeline within the vast tapestry of existence. In the fifth dimension, time doesn't move in a straight line. Instead, it unfolds as a vast network of possible realities, all accessible to us based on our vibrational frequency and choices. Every moment offers you the chance to shift, to choose an alternate experience by aligning yourself with a new timeline. In simpler terms, it's like having multiple versions of reality, each with its own outcomes, challenges, and opportunities, all existing simultaneously. You aren't locked into one version of life. You can, through conscious alignment, step onto a timeline that resonates with your highest desires. But how does one shift timelines? First, it's vital to recognize that each timeline vibrates at its own frequency. The key to accessing a different reality is matching the frequency of that desired outcome. For instance, if you envision a life filled with joy and abundance, you must embody those qualities now, becoming the person who already lives that life. You shift by thinking, feeling, and acting as though that reality is already yours, drawing yourself into alignment with it. An essential tool here is visualization, not merely as a mental exercise, but as a powerful tuning mechanism. When you visualize, you're immersing yourself in the frequency of that desired reality. Imagine the scene in as much detail as possible. Feel the emotions, engage your senses. This isn't just daydreaming, it's energetically anchoring yourself to that timeline. As you do this consistently, your energy field begins to harmonize with that reality, naturally shifting you closer to it. Visualization paired with a genuine emotional connection to the desired outcome can help you glide smoothly onto that new timeline. You may wonder, what if I encounter resistance? What if doubt or fear arises? This is where the role of the observer becomes invaluable. You observe the doubts without identifying with them. The observer sees fear but doesn't become fearful. Imagine being able to look at your emotions and reactions as you would watch clouds passing by. This practice allows you to release resistance that might otherwise prevent a smooth timeline shift. One of the profound aspects of the fifth dimension is the ability to step into parallel realities, where versions of yourself experience different outcomes based on alternate choices. In this space, there's a version of you who has made every possible decision, some leading to extraordinary outcomes, others perhaps to lessons or challenges. When we access the fifth dimension, we're essentially tuning into our ability to shift into the reality of the self who is aligned with our highest potential. Each timeline offers us learning and growth, but the fifth dimension gives us a map to consciously navigate and select the most fulfilling path. A critical question to ask yourself as you embark on this journey is, what timeline would I choose if I fully trusted in my own potential? Take a moment to ponder this. Would you choose the timeline of self-doubt, where you limit yourself to familiar experiences and expectations? Or would you step into the expansive, boundless version of yourself, living as though anything is possible? To maintain and stabilize a high vibrational timeline, it's essential to practice gratitude not only for what you have, but for the timeline you're stepping into. This means giving thanks for experiences before they've fully manifested in the physical realm, aligning your frequency with that of abundance, joy, or whatever you wish to experience. Gratitude acts as a bridge, moving you steadily along the timeline of your choosing by aligning your emotional state with the energy of the outcome. Are you beginning to see how powerful this is? As we progress, we'll go deeper into the ultimate laws of the fifth dimension, exploring how your conscious awareness and higher self come together to create a life of ease, flow, and limitless potential. Are you ready to step fully into the power of your fifth dimensional self? Stay with me, as in the next part, we'll dive into the mystical law of instantaneous manifestation and the ultimate role of your higher self. Now, let's dive into one of the most incredible aspects of the fifth dimension, instantaneous manifestation. Imagine being able to bring your desires into form as quickly as you can think of them. In the fifth dimension, this is not only possible, it's the natural way of creation. Unlike the slower process of manifestation in the third dimension, where things unfold over time, the fifth dimension operates outside of linear time, allowing us to experience our intentions immediately. This is because, in the fifth dimension, there is no separation between thought and experience. The energy of intention and manifestation are one and the same. To manifest instantly, you must cultivate a state of being that is fully aligned with your desire. This alignment is not merely a surface-level thought or wish, it's a deep, unwavering knowing that your desire is already fulfilled. Think of it as stepping into the role of a creator, where your thoughts and beliefs flow from your higher self, free from doubt or limitation. Instant manifestation requires that we move beyond any remnants of doubt, fear, or hesitation and step into pure certainty. The higher self plays a central role in this process. The higher self is the part of you that is eternally connected to Source, operating beyond ego and limitations. In the fifth dimension, you access your higher self not as a distant ideal, but as a living, vibrant presence guiding every decision, every intention. Your higher self has clarity beyond what your 3D mind can perceive and knows precisely what is aligned with your deepest truth. When you tap into this wisdom, you can manifest in harmony with your soul's purpose rather than desires driven by fear or temporary satisfaction. So how do you engage this power of instantaneous manifestation through your higher self? Begin by setting an intention, but instead of asking, "How will this happen?" focus on embodying the feeling of it already existing. Feel the excitement, joy, and peace of having this reality now. Engage every sense in this experience. The key here is emotional resonance, matching the vibration of your desired reality as if it were already here. When you align with this frequency, you naturally draw the experience into being without forcing or controlling the process. To keep this alignment, practice what we could call dimensional consciousness. This involves frequently tuning into the awareness that you are more than your physical form and that you exist across multiple dimensions simultaneously. By remembering this, you reinforce your connection to the fifth dimension, where instantaneous manifestation is effortless. In this dimension, it's as though you're drawing from an infinite well of possibilities, each aligned with the essence of your higher self. Ask yourself now, what would I choose to manifest if I believed, beyond any doubt, that it would arrive instantly? How would I think, feel, and act if I knew that my desires were already fulfilled? Reflecting on these questions helps you dissolve any barriers within yourself, removing the unconscious doubts and fears that might otherwise block your manifestation. A critical aspect of working with your higher self is to maintain a state of surrender. Instantaneous manifestation is less about making things happen and more about allowing things to unfold naturally from a place of trust. The higher self operates beyond ego, so there's no sense of control or force in its actions. Instead, it embodies a state of flow, trusting that every manifestation serves a higher purpose and unfolds perfectly. Surrendering to this flow doesn't mean passivity, it means acting with the full support of the higher self, knowing that every intention is guided by an intelligence beyond your own. One way to remain in this surrendered state is through consistent meditation and presence. In meditation, you can consciously connect with your higher self, aligning with its wisdom and energy. This practice helps you cultivate a sense of calm and certainty, strengthening your ability to manifest instantly by reducing mental interference. The more consistently you meditate, the clearer and more aligned your intentions become, allowing for manifestation without resistance. As you walk this path, remember that your higher self always guides you toward experiences that encourage growth and expansion. If certain manifestations seem delayed or different from what you imagined, trust that these shifts are in alignment with your higher journey. Sometimes, our 3D desires are not fully in line with the wisdom of our higher self, and in these moments, the higher self steers you as gently toward a path that holds greater fulfillment. This is the wisdom of the higher self in action, teaching us that true manifestation isn't merely about getting what we want, but about aligning with what's best for our evolution. As you continue to expand in the fifth dimension, practice honoring the subtle guidance of your higher self. When you feel an intuitive nudge or a sense of clarity, follow it without hesitation. The fifth dimension rewards trust and courage, and the more you listen to your inner guidance, the stronger your connection to the higher self becomes. This relationship is the foundation of powerful, effortless creation. Imagine yourself as a limitless being, fully capable of creating any reality you choose. This isn't just an ideal, it's the reality of who you are at your core. In the fifth dimension, you're free from the confines of linear time, free from doubt, and aligned with a wisdom that knows only abundance, joy, and love. So as we close this journey, ask yourself, what reality would I create if I embraced my full power and trusted completely in my higher self? Are you ready to live as the empowered, conscious creator you truly are? The answer to that question shapes not only your path in the fifth dimension, but the entirety of your experience as an eternal being. Step boldly into this new understanding, knowing that you have the wisdom, power, and guidance to create the life of your highest vision. Imagine this: you're now moving through your life as a fully realized being in the fifth dimension, aware that every thought, every intention, every frequency you emit becomes your reality. With this awareness, you are no longer bound by fear or hesitation. Instead, you move with purpose, inspired by the knowledge that you're co-creating your experience in real time with the infinite energy of the universe. The fifth dimension reveals something profound about who we are. At our core, we are the source of our reality, each of us an extension of divine consciousness with limitless potential to shape, create, and experience. In this state, life is not happening to you. Instead, you are in constant collaboration with the universe, manifesting from a space of unity, clarity, and trust. Each choice, thought, and action aligns perfectly with your higher self, leading you deeper into the life of joy, abundance, and purpose that you were meant to live. One of the final truths in the fifth dimension is the realization that separation is an illusion. In the third dimension, we often view ourselves as isolated, separate entities. But in the fifth dimension, it becomes clear that we are all connected, woven together by an energetic web that binds us to one another and to the universe itself. This realization isn't just a concept, it's a felt experience. You sense others as extensions of yourself, their joys and struggles mirroring your own. When you live from this understanding, compassion becomes natural, empathy flows easily, and judgment fades. You understand that others' paths are as sacred as your own, and that each person is exactly where they need to be on their journey. This unity is the highest form of love, a love that transcends conditions and judgments, a love that simply is. Living from this place means every action you take, every interaction you have, resonates with the frequency of harmony and understanding. You become a force of positive transformation, not only in your own life but in the lives of everyone you encounter. This awareness of oneness leads us to what may be the most powerful spiritual law of the fifth dimension, the law of self-responsibility. As we become conscious creators, we also recognize that we are fully responsible for our own experience. There is no blame, no victimhood, no external cause for our suffering. Instead, we understand that our reality is a reflection of our inner state, shaped by our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. This level of responsibility is empowering. It puts us fully in control of our destiny. Ask yourself now, if I am entirely responsible for my experience, how would I choose to think, feel, and act in each moment? What would I release? And what would I release? And what would I embrace to create the highest vision of my life? Taking full responsibility also means letting go of past grievances and forgiving ourselves and others. Holding on to past pain or resentment only keeps us tethered to lower frequencies, limiting our ability to fully embody the fifth dimension. Forgiveness, in this sense, is a liberation, a conscious choice to free ourselves from the energy of the past and step into the present with clarity and openness. Forgiveness is not condoning harmful actions, it's releasing our attachment to them, allowing us to move forward without the weight of old pain. In the fifth dimension, you see that forgiveness is not just an act of kindness, it's a profound tool for self-transformation. Each time you forgive, you elevate your frequency, aligning more closely with the expansive love and unity of higher consciousness. It's a gift you give yourself, a clearing of energy that makes space for new possibilities and greater alignment with your highest self. The final law we'll explore is the law of alignment with Source. In the fifth dimension, our connection with Source, the infinite intelligence, love, and power of the universe, is clear and direct. This connection is always present, but in the third dimension, we often forget it, feeling separate and alone. Yet, as we ascend to the fifth dimension, we remember that Source energy flows through us at all times, guiding, supporting, and co-creating with us. Living in alignment with Source means trusting this guidance fully, even when it leads us into the unknown. It means surrendering our need to control every detail and instead allowing life to unfold with ease and grace. It's trusting that the universe is always working in our favor, that every experience, no matter how it appears on the surface, serves our growth and expansion. This trust transforms the way we live. We no longer operate from fear or scarcity. Instead, we move through life with confidence, knowing that we are eternally supported. As you continue on your journey, remember that the fifth dimension isn't a distant realm or a place to be reached. It's a frequency, a state of consciousness that you can access right here, right now. Each moment offers you the chance to align with this higher reality, to step into the fullness of who you are, and to experience life as the powerful divine creator you are meant to be. Are you ready to fully embrace this journey? The path ahead is one of limitless potential, infinite love, and boundless joy. It's a path of self-discovery, responsibility, and unity. And as you walk this path, remember that you are not alone. You are connected to every being, every energy, every possibility. You are a part of the divine dance of creation, eternally expanding, eternally becoming. So take a deep breath, center yourself, and step forward with courage. The fifth dimension awaits you, inviting you to explore the depths of your potential, the expansiveness of your heart, and the infinite power of your soul. This is your journey, your reality to create, and your destiny to embrace. Welcome to the fifth dimension, where all is possible and where you, as a conscious creator, are free to experience life in its most magnificent form. As you embrace this journey into the fifth dimension, let's reflect on the transformations that lie ahead. Every step you take deeper into this realm offers you the opportunity to live in alignment with the highest truths of existence. Here, the mundane becomes magical, challenges transform into catalysts for growth, and every experience brings you closer to the essence of who you truly are. Now let's go even deeper into what it means to live with this new awareness. In the fifth dimension, we're no longer limited by the old paradigms of scarcity, fear, or separation. Instead, we operate from a foundation of abundance, trust, and unity. But how do we anchor this understanding into our everyday lives? One of the most important practices in fifth dimensional living is cultivating a state of constant presence. When you live in presence, you're fully engaged with each moment, experiencing life as it unfolds without distraction or judgment. Presence allows you to move through the world with heightened awareness, noticing the subtle energies, synchronicities, and guidance that are constantly available to you. Presence isn't about denying thoughts or emotions, but observing them as part of the flow of consciousness, understanding them without letting them define you. Presence is also the key to accessing what we call divine timing in the third dimension. We often force things to happen according to our schedules, which can lead to frustration and struggle. In the fifth dimension, however, we align with the natural rhythms of the universe, trusting that everything unfolds at the perfect time. Divine timing isn't about passively waiting, it's about tuning into the flow of life, acting when inspired, and resting when guided to. When we surrender to divine timing, we free ourselves from the stress of urgency, experiencing a life that unfolds with grace and ease. Imagine what it would feel like to trust so deeply in divine timing that you no longer rush, no longer feel pressured to make things happen. You simply flow with life, responding to each moment with openness and ease. This level of trust brings a profound sense of peace, as you know that everything you desire is already on its way, manifesting in the perfect way at the perfect time. Another essential aspect of fifth dimensional consciousness is the practice of love without conditions. In lower dimensions, we often place conditions on love, expecting it to be returned, seeking validation, or attaching love to specific outcomes. But in the fifth dimension, love is boundless, given freely without attachment. This kind of love is more than a feeling, it's a state of being that radiates from you and influences every interaction, every thought, every intention. Living in unconditional love means you no longer seek approval or validation from others. Instead, you realize that love is an inherent part of who you are, flowing naturally when you're aligned with your highest self. Unconditional love means embracing others as they are, without judgment or expectation. It's about understanding that each person is on their unique journey, with their own lessons, growth, and purpose. This love transforms not only your relationships, but also your entire experience of life, creating harmony, compassion, and a deep sense of unity with all beings. As you embody this state of love, you'll find that it naturally draws in relationships and experiences that reflect this high vibration. When you give without expecting anything in return, you open yourself to receiving abundance in ways you may never have imagined. This is the law of reflection in action. What you send out returns to you, amplified and enriched by the energy of the fifth dimension. Reflect now, what would your life look like if you allowed yourself to love without limits? How would your relationships shift if you approached them with acceptance and openness, releasing the need to control or change others. Contemplate this and imagine the peace that comes with such freedom. One more profound practice that solidifies fifth-dimensional living is the art of conscious co-creation. In the fifth dimension, we understand that while we create our reality, we are also co-creators with the universe, with each other, and with the collective consciousness. This co-creative process invites us to align our personal desires with the greater good, manifesting outcomes that benefit not only ourselves but the world around us. Conscious co-creation asks us to consider the impact of our actions and intentions, moving beyond individual gain to create a world that uplifts and supports everyone. Imagine a world where every person acted from this space of conscious co-creation. Each decision would be made not only for personal fulfillment, but for the harmony of the collective. Society would transform as each person's choices supported the well-being and evolution of the whole. This is the vision of the fifth dimension, a reality where our interconnectedness is honored and our lives are lived with purpose, compassion, and integrity. This way of living also brings us into alignment with Earth itself, recognizing that we are not separate from nature but a part of it. In the fifth dimension, we feel the pulse of life in everything around us, the trees, the rivers, the animals, and we treat them as sacred aspects of ourselves. When we act in harmony with nature, we honor the earth as a living entity, respecting its cycles, protecting its resources, and ensuring its balance. This is part of the shift we're called to make, to live in harmony, not only with one another but with the entire planet. As you step fully into the fifth dimension, let this awareness guide you. Allow yourself to see each day as an opportunity to embody your highest potential, to act from a place of unity, love, and alignment with Source. Embrace the infinite possibilities before you, knowing that you have the power to create a reality that is rich in joy, purpose, and fulfillment. In the fifth dimension, we realize that every thought, every intention, every choice shapes the tapestry of existence. You are a vital thread in this tapestry, contributing your unique energy, gifts, and purpose to the whole. And as you live from this awareness, you inspire others to awaken to their own potential, creating a ripple effect of transformation that spans across dimensions. So take a moment to feel the immensity of this truth. Feel the power, the freedom, and the responsibility that comes with living in the fifth dimension. This is your invitation to step beyond limitations, to embrace your role as a conscious creator, and to walk boldly on the path of infinite growth and discovery. Are you ready to fully inhabit this dimension of love, unity, and creation? If so, the journey begins now within each thought, each breath, and each moment. Welcome to the fifth dimension, where you are the artist of your reality, painting with the colors of wisdom, joy, and the eternal light of your own divine essence.